Hi, hi, Geometry. Happy Monday. We're going to take a look at tangents today on Monday, the 27th. And so, tangent is a line that touches a circle at exactly one point. And the point where that line touches a circle is called the point of tangency. And then we'll see tangents when they're drawn to the same circle. And so, we're going to take a look. So, again, a tangent is a line that touches a circle at exactly one point. And so, we're going to take a look at this first. And so, in a plane, if a line is tangent to a circle, right? So this is a tangent. Line L is a tangent. It's a line that touches circle S at exactly one point, and the point where it touches is T. So in a plane, a line is tangent to a circle if and only if it's perpendicular to a radius drawn. So if we draw a radius from S to T, that would make a right angle. And so we're going to use Pythagorean theorem a lot with those right triangles. And we'll take a look at this one first. And it says KL is a radius of circle K. Determine whether LM is tangent to circle K. So to see if it's a right triangle, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to check, is 20 squared plus 21 squared equal to 29 squared? So 20 squared plus 21 squared is 841, and 29 squared is also 841. So if it works in the Pythagorean theorem, then that means that that's a right angle. So that does mean that line LM, or line segment LM, only touches circle K exactly one time. So a tangent touches a circle at exactly one point. And so we'll take a look at this question. And so we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem again. So we're going to check, is 14 squared plus 21 squared equal, 14 squared plus 16 squared. Is 14 squared plus 16 squared equal to 21 squared? So we're going to check this, right? So 14 squared is 196, and 16 squared is 256. So we add those two together and we get 452. And 21 squared is 441. So 452 does not equal 441. So that's going to tell us that angle Y is not a right angle. So YZ is not tangent to the circle, but the Pythagorean theorem did not work. And then we'll also see questions where it said in the figure, WE is tangent to circle D. Find the value of X. Now, this is a really great algebra reminder here. So we're going to check to write the Pythagorean theorem, right? Because it says it's tangent. So find the value of X. So this is a right triangle because the right angle is at W right here. So X is this side, X squared, and this side is 24 squared. But you have to be really careful right here that DE is X plus 16. So I write X plus 16 in parentheses, right? Like this, X plus 6 squared, X plus 16 squared, right? So again, this side DE is X plus 16. And then, so X squared, then 24 squared is 576. Now, when you get to this X plus 16 times X plus 16, right? To square something means to multiply it by itself. So we're going to take X plus 16 times X plus 16, and I would put both of those in parentheses. So then we're going to take X times X is X squared. We're going to distribute, and we're going to take X times 16 is 16X. We're going to take 16 times X is 16X, and 16 times 16 is 256. So if we add 16X plus 16X, that's where they got this 32X from. So now we have X squared plus 576 equals X squared plus 32X plus 256. So really nicely, the X squared minus X squared is gone. And so then we have 576 equals 32 plus 256. So we're going to subtract 256, which gives us 320 equals 32X. And then we divide by 10, or divide by 32, right? And we get X equals 10. So a couple of things, right? This is a really common error right here. So the length of DE is X plus 16. When you take X plus 16 times X plus 16, you're going to have to distribute. And again, we take X times X and X times 16 and 16 times X and 16 times 16, and then simplify from there. So we'll take a look at another of those. So we'll take a look at this one. So in this diagram, diagram says IK is tangent IK. So that means, again, a tangent touches the circle at exactly 1 point. So IK touches the circle at exactly 1 point here. And so that means that there is this right angle at K. And so we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem again. So we're going to have this side, right, x squared plus 16 squared equals, remember this side ij is x plus 8. So this side is x plus 8. So we have x squared plus 16 squared is 256 equals. Now remember, we're going to have to take x plus 8 times x plus 8 and use two sets of parentheses. So x plus 8 in one set of parentheses and x plus 8 in another set of parentheses. And then we're going to distribute. So we're going to take x times x is x squared, and x times 8 is 8x, and 8 times 8 is 64. And then we're going to add 8x plus 8x. So combine like terms, and we have 16x. So right now I'm at x squared plus 256 equals x squared plus 16x plus 64. So if I subtract the x squareds, right, so then they eliminate, and I'm at 256 equals 16x plus 64. So I'm going to subtract 64 and divide by 16, and we get x is equal to 12. So the answer to this question would be D. And then the other kind of questions we're going to see are if two segments are drawn to the same exterior point in a circle, then they're congruent. So B, right, they're coming from B and go from B to A and B to D. So both of these segments touch circle D exactly 1 point. So A is a point of tangency and C is a point of tangency. And that means that AB and BC would have to be the same length. So this diagram, right, AC and BC are tangent to circle Z. So remember, tangent touches a circle at exactly 1 point. So that means 3x plus 2 is going to equal to 4x minus 3. And then we solve that and we get x is equal to 5. And then if we take a look at this question, right, so if they're both tangent to circle Q, and so they both touch the circle at exactly 1 point. So that means 5x plus 4 equals 8x minus 17. And so if I add 17, get 21 equals 3x. So we get x is equal to 7. So the answer to that question is C, x is equal to 7. And then we're going to see some circle questions. So this circle, this triangle is circumscribed. So circumscribed means that that triangle, the circle fits inside of it so that each side of the triangle touches the circle exactly 1 point. So that means all of these are tangents. So that means that if from Q to N is 2, then Q to L would also be a length of 2. And then if Q to L is 2, and then we subtract that from 8, that means LR is 6. That also means that MR is 6. And then if this is 10, then from S to N would also be 10. And then in the directions it says find the perimeter of triangle QR. So we're going to add all those lengths together. Right? So the 10, 2, 8, 6, and 10, we add those together. So the perimeter is 36 meters. So we'll take one last question together. A bounce ball, right, is part in a triangular package. So again, if they're tangent to the circle and they come from the same exterior point, they have to be equal. So if C to E is 6, then C to D also has to be 6. And then if C to D is 6, and that number is 18, then that means this piece right here is 13, right? That we take 6 minus 18. Sorry, it's 12. So C to B is 12. That also means that B to F is 12. And if A to F is 12, then A to B is also 12. So we have 2 6s and we have 4 12s. So 12 and then 4 12s is 48. And we add those together. So I don't think that's it. Can't read that number. Let's see. That number is a 16, sorry. So let's back up here. So this is 6, and this is 6. And then that makes 6 minus 16, 10. And that makes this 10. And if this is 12, then A to E is also 12. So we have a 6, a 10, another 10, and 2 12. So 6 plus 6 is 12, and 10 plus 10 is 20, and 12 plus 12 is 24. And we add those together, and we get 56. So the answer is D, the perimeter of the triangle. So again, if this is 6, CE is 6, then CD is also 6. Those are common, tangent to the circle at a common point. And then that makes this 10. That makes this 10. FB is 10. And then if AF is 12, then AE is 12. Happy Monday. And I will post videos of the worksheet also. Take care.